Hey guys, Kale here. I know we had some questions the other night when we were playing hide and seek about how I went about creating the lightning effect in my reading nook. I wanted to go ahead and do something quick here just to kind of show how it's done. Um, as you see, I've kind of pulled everything apart and it is a mess. So we're going to go step by step and show exactly how we put this together. Now, in order to kind of minimize some of the decor usage, just because a lot of you know I've already hit that cap and I'm doing everything in my power to try and reduce my usage. Instead of using the rugs for the walls, I've actually gone ahead and used the razor wind fountain. You'll see me putting that in here. This just means instead of using 3 or 4 rugs at 3 apiece, I'm using the one fountain at 5, and that's going to save at least a couple of extra decor points there. Yay. All right. What I did here, and I kind of wanted to push this a little bit further, but unfortunately, I personally just don't have the count available, is you can actually add things like little candles and such along the back, just like I did in the galaxy ceiling over here, to kind of give a similar effect. Unfortunately, due to, restrictions, I'm not able to do that too much. But I did want to let you know that that is something that you could do fairly easily and fairly cheaply to give kind of that effect. Adding things like these filigree balls give a nice little, or the filigree moon lamps, I'm sorry, to the bottom here. It gives a nice little underlit look, which I personally absolutely adore. Okay. So you're going to fill this little space in. Now, mind you, this is a closet. I've added a closet onto my room just so I can add in here. Um, Fill it up with whatever you want your outdoors to look like. I had to move some of mine out to actually get to what I was looking for. So let's throw that stuff back in here real quick. Um, Overall, the things that you're going to need to create this look, at a bare minimum, you're going to need some Tesla coils. As you see, mine are upside down because if I put them right side up, then they cause the effect in my library, and we didn't want that. So upside down and pushed up into the ceiling. That way you still get the lightning effect without having to worry about it affecting any of your below rooms. Now, if you're putting this on a bottom floor and you don't want it going above, turn them around and sink them into the floor instead. Um, I have used this cartel collector's cage. I absolutely love this thing. Anybody who's been in my house knows I have one sitting by my front door as well. And this is just to give it kind of a misty effect. Um, just kind of adjust it how you will. Unfortunately, it's not big enough to cover the entire space, but it does still kind of give that kind of gloomy, rainy night thing going on, especially when you've got some of the extra particles kind of pushing up from some of the other stuff you've got going on in there. Now, this right here is going to be the Drenai Farmer's Trellis. For those of you who already hate your garrison, bad news. This is a rep item, or not a rep item, but this is a quest item from a very specific quest out of your alliance specific garrison. So, sorry, Eliza. All right. So we're going to push this back in here. We're doing this for the rain effect because I don't want a waterfall effect. I want it to look like it's like sprinkling and stuff outside. So we're going to shove this up. Now you're going to have to play with this a little bit. Obviously, I've already done a lot of the work in here for me since I just pulled this apart instead of starting from scratch. But as you can see, you can still see it in the ceiling a little bit. And the further, you just kind of adjust it to get the water flowing where you want it to be to give you that kind of rain going on. Now, be aware, the bigger you make this thing, the bigger the rain effect is going to be, but it will go through the floor. So if you have a library with dusty old tomes underneath this one, you do not want water in there. So please be mindful of that. I've actually had to shrink mine down just a little bit. This one is currently sitting at 59% to get it to put water in this room and not the one beneath it. Okay, so just be aware you may need to keep that in mind. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move our coils. Now, the whole point in this is that we don't want to see the coils, obviously, because that looks stupid. We're trying to hide it in the wall as far as we can to where we're not seeing the coils. We're not seeing any of the parts that move. All we're seeing is the lightning effect that comes off of the coil. Okay. This will give us our lightning effect. You could use just one here. I did have two available to me, so I did go ahead and use both. I have not only the Gnomish Tesla coil, but I also have the Gnomish Mega coil, which is that first one that I put in. So it's actually on two different sinks, so the lightning isn't fully lined up with itself, and you'll actually get flashes in different areas at different times. Okay? Though I am questioning if I put that first one in right. Where did it go? Hold on. Also, Blizzard keeps rotating my shit, and I'm going to lose it. These windows are just Pandora nets. Really not hard to put in here. It's just getting the angles correct on that. All right. But that's pretty much it. That is exactly how you would go about creating a lightning window for the inside of your home. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching, guys.